I'm going to talk about every single resource and customization option in this game because it is a lot, and it's almost everything you would want in like a highly randomized ARPG. Now the game works in you go out, you get kills, you obtain like certain resources, and when you die or succeed and complete the game, you come back and do like metagame stuff, right? Like upgrading your character or whatever. So at the top, these are your currencies. Now they're all crystals. This one is more, think of this one as gold. And these are tokens that you get from bosses. The red, blue, gold, or yellow, green, and purple. These are tokens. So every time you kill the first boss in the game, right? Because every time you start a new game, you have to kill like 5 bosses. You'll get a red token, right? Or red soulstone. And then every time you kill the second boss in a run, you get a blue one, so on and so forth. And this you just accumulate as you play, right? Killing regular mobs. Characters. There's already a lot of characters in the game. They're gonna be expanding to like, I don't know, like 30 characters. And each character, it gets really nuts, right? Each character has a level. And then each character has a level. And as you complete runs, your character will level up. How that changes things is, I believe, it unlocks unique skills. Each character has different attributes and different starting abilities. Thank y'all. But this game also has different weapons. Each character has different weapons. So here is a pyromancer, houndmaster. You have some doggos. Hello, doggo. Not even looking at the camera. It's so adorable. You have the Spellblade, which I like very much. You have the Arcane Weaver. You have the Sentinel. And we have the Paladin. And I also have the Elementalist. So there's quite a few that I still have not unlocked. This is some Spartan warrior dude. This is a necromancer. I mean, because he's holding a skull. This is some kind of druid. I mean, even his weapon is a tree branch. Freaking druids are losers. I'm sorry. This is a rogue. This is a necromancer? I don't know. 我不知道. This is some kind of death knight. He's edgy. He points his sword at the camera. Do it. Point it. Point. Point, please. Yeah, look at that. Anyways, yeah, so you have characters, right? And then you unlock them by different means, different achievements. And they all cost, like, a different amount of resources. They may cost regular gold or minor soulstones or some major soulstones, right? So the weapons I was talking about, when you go into the levels, you accumulate materials, which you can use to create new weapons. And right now, the weapons, you could see they're of green color. So they're like magic tier. So you could create like different weapons and it changes the character's abilities. This also will be expanded on by the devs. The devs talked about expanding the roster, expanding the weapon pool. And then you got the rune system. TLDR, runes will be expanded, but they do things such as all randomly targeted area of effect skills are now targeted at your position instead. So they have pretty strong impacts on how skills work. Maybe there's one that converts all fire skills to cold skills and cold to fire. I don't know. Like, there's gonna be more of this, and I've only unlocked 3. And then we have the skill tree system. It is a lot. I played the demo for this, and it was cool enough. Now, the skill tree is very basic right now, right? Like, you got additional damage, you got your crit chance, you got your crit damage, you got, like, movement speed. You know, so these are, like, more typical passives you'll find on, like, a PoE tree. Not keystones. These are more like keystones on the PoE tree that can dramatically change a play. And then, they have a lot of asks in this game. They're like, you know, prestige and this and that and tons of achievements, and the game just dropped. I only have 43 out of 173. We're gonna get into gameplay in like one quick second. Was there anything else? Oh yeah. Let's pick this character. Okay, so after you beat a mission, you have the curse system. So the curse system gives you debuffs in exchange for more rewards. So this is reduce all healing, and then enemies spawn more frequently, and then this and that, and they're like, look how many tiers. There are 7 tiers to the curse system. So you could beat it, and then beat it again, and again, and again, and then it has all that. So I'm just going to get into a match. The soundtrack for this game is okay. The soundtrack for this level is good. You might be wondering, what the hell is this awkward mouse that I have? You will see why. You could change the crosshair size. To something giant. I love it. When I first saw it, I was like, first of all, this is way too big. What am I gonna do, like, with this type of crosshair? Yeah, it does get incredibly hectic. So, I killed a few guys, I picked up their materials, and then, this is the part where, like, the Vampire Survivor series and all these, like, kind of I don't even know what to call them, like, Vampire Survivor games. They just give you an option on what to choose, and then it gets added as a passive. Actually, this is very similar to Risk of Rain, which I think started this whole idea. Okay, so so each skill has different attributes, right? Like arcane, like the element, the type of damage. This is considered a swing. It has a frontal cone, and it deals physical damage as like a base, right? But as arcane properties. Go figure. This is Arcane Assault. Once again, it uses arcane, but instead of a swing, it's a thrust. It still uses the frontal cone. It has magical properties, so it's considered a spell, I think. And it is also dealing physical damage. So now that I've leveled, there is this epic power. So there's different powers with different tiers, and this is the epic tier. Increase the multicast chance of all your skills of type frontal, which is both of these it applies to, by additional 36%. Same effect is also applied to summon units and so on and so forth. Increases the level of all affected skills by 1. So this slash is level 1. This Arcane Assault is level 1. And at the bottom, it kind of sums up what skills it affects. So ultimately, in terms of like creating an overpowered build, you want a lot of overlap so that when you get something like this, it just affects all 6 of your skills. So multicast makes it attack or activate twice. So there's a chance to activate twice, that is. Okay, here's the legendary power increase. So legendary powers are pretty rare. Data, thank you. Thank you for the premium. How are you, my dude? Are you ready for the newest addiction? Damage increase is a legendary power. Affects all physical damage skills, which is, once again, both of these. So we're gonna grab this. So we have Glacier and Meteor. And actually, instead of calling the spell Glacier, it should really be called Comet. But, you know. Over here, we have AoE, we have critical damage, and we have block. Now, these are all, like, passive stuff. They're not skills. And you could take a look at the character attributes. Everything from an ARPG that you expect to find is here. Damage modifiers, crit chance, crit damage, attack speed, or cast frequency. This cast frequency basically means attack speed in this game. AoE increase, multicast chance. Multicast is a chance to shoot it twice really fast or more. Max health, armor, right? Armor is calculated in this game by percentage, so it borrows kind of Path of Exile system. Higher the armor, higher the damage reduct. And the damage reduct is actually flat damage, right? So depending on how the mathematical calculations work, flat damage could be really powerful or really useless. Block power is basically block rating. Similar to like, I guess World of Warcraft. I'm not really sure on that anymore because it's been a long time. But basically, the higher the block power you have, the higher chance you have to block. Actually, no, it does not work like World of Warcraft block. World of Warcraft block has block amount as well. This is just 100% chance to nullify damage. So it combines like the World of Warcraft rating system, block rating, with the Diablo 2 100% block. Death protection. When you die, you could come back to life. It's an extra life, right? Extra health per crystal. The only way to heal in this game, or there are very few ways to heal. One is to find a crystal on the map, and you could get extra health by breaking a crystal. Health per level up. Movement speed. Dash count. So there is a dodge system in this game, and I'll show you in a second. Experience, pickup range, buff to the gold or minor soul stones, rerolls and banishes is for a skill selection. All right, I've explained almost every aspect of this game. In the upper right, we have eliminate monsters to summon a boss. Alright, so we're gonna do that. I basically do not pick any defensive stuff, so let's get crit damage. Right now, my character is divided between attacks, like swings and thrust attacks, and spells. This is the boss. I'm gonna drop the crosshair size because it's comically large. Uppercut or void. Let's go with the swings. Alright. So let's turn down this crosshair size to something not so ridiculous. We're not gonna get any spells here. Increase arcane damage, or arcane area of effect, I guess. So you sort of see why I would need a giant crosshair. So here's like an interesting point, right? Like a decision point, right? So if we go for Touch of Ice, that'll give us a little CC capability. It would slow targets, making it a little easier to survive. Generally, so far from what I've encountered, the speed of targets don't really matter that much because all mobs have like a very long swing timer. So they front load the swing. If you know what I'm talking about with swing timers, right? So the basic animation for an attack is take weapon, bring it forward, and then there's a hit point, a point where you can actually take damage. And then there's a backswing, right? So one is more like the wind up time or the lead up time to the attack, and then the cooldown of the attack is the backswing, right? If you think about those terms. So this game has a very high front-loaded wait time, right? So the pre-swing takes a long time for all the mobs to attack. So in most cases, you can actually stand next to targets and not take damage. So having them move slower doesn't really help that much because they already take so long. As long as you're moving, you generally don't get hit. But anyways, for the most part, you're also dealing a lot of damage. So once again, it's like health and burn damage or crit. I'm going for big hits. So this ability, right? This ability slash, every time I hit someone with the horizontal swing, it increases the damage they take by 30%, which stacks over and over. And they're consumed when something triggers the stack. So ideally, you want to get big swings that hit really hard instead of small little swings that just consume all the stacks. So going for a crit build makes even more sense than a damage over time build. Yeah, you could definitely, like, you see these big areas, it's actually just regular mobs channeling attacks. So yeah, anyway, that's the gameplay loop. We kill mobs, fight bosses, enjoy the rocking soundtrack, get currency, and upgrade it.